I feel like with this outfit, I look like a flight attendant. Feel free to disagree. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Kiya Boyd. Welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you all again. Hi. I knew making this video was gonna be hard, but I didn't realize how hard it would be until I turned on the camera. If you guys notice, I don't talk about dating or my experiences very often. I made 1 or 2 videos about it quite a bit of time ago, and that's pretty much all I ever wanted to speak on it, because like a lot of people in Korea, I have my good stories and I have my bad stories, but I feel like majority of my stories end very messed up. That's the better word for it. So I don't usually talk about my dating experiences, and as you guys know, I did have a long-term boyfriend that I had dated for like 3 years, and our relationship ended not too long ago. It's been almost a year and I have been single ever since. I don't know why I made that face. I guess it's just kind of like, to say it out loud just feels like kind of funny and kind of weird at the same time, because it was quite a bit of time that I had been with that person. But I am just, you know, referencing on like my dating experiences as a whole in Korea, aside from the last dating experience that I had. I don't really want to go into that. I don't want to talk about that. Not necessary. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just living my life at the moment, and I'm not currently looking to date or do anything of the sort for quite a bit of time, just because I feel like I need this time to be alone and kind of search within myself to enjoy my own company and learn how to practice more of self-love for myself. Okay, enough about that. I don't talk about dating experiences because a lot of the dating experiences that I've had in Korea just really fucking sucked. They did. And if we're just gonna go based off of like a few different scenarios, I'd give it to you right now. From the time that I even came to Korea, like the very first time, I was just on vacation. That was like 2 weeks. And I had a Korean friend, a guy friend, and we had been friends for like 6 months or so. And I knew that he was going to go like back to Korea. And I'm like, oh, I had a secret crush on him, and I felt like he had a crush on me. It is what it is, but it doesn't really matter now. So I ended up seeing him while I was there just for like a day or 2. And it was just like, hey, like, so nice to see you. And I thought I would tell him like about my feelings at that time and, you know, just see what happened to that. I really thought he was into me, because the entire time that we had been friends, like nothing happened, like, you know, nothing happened between us, but it was just like a lot of like flirting and a lot of like, I don't know, back and forth banter. So I was like, maybe, you know, he likes me, he feels the same way. Just for him to tell me in person when we saw each other, like, oh, like I have some good news. Like this girl, like she likes me and I like her and we're gonna start dating. I think it was that point. I just kept getting messed up and messed over, okay? But you know, that wasn't necessarily like his fault or my fault. It was just like a situational thing, and it is what it is. But it was just like, dang, well, that's just one guy. Like, I'm not gonna have experiences like this all the time. Of course not in that way. Like, I wasn't just getting like turned away because a guy had some girl that he already liked. No, it was more of situations to the point where you think you're talking to a Korean guy, and you know, it'd be like months of just talking to someone and enjoying their company, and out of nowhere, you just look and you're randomly blocked on all social media and phone number and everything. So this happened to me. Another dating experience. Literally, I talked to this guy every single day. I thought that we had something special. I was wrong. He literally would text and call me every single day. And I was just like so invested into this because I really thought that this was supposed to be one for me. Nah, I didn't think he was the one for me, but still. It was just more so like I was really invested. And then, you know, he blocked me or didn't text me back and blocked me and did all this crazy dumb stuff. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, what just happened? Hey guys, this is your scheduled commercial break in my video. Sorry about that, but hey, I want to show you guys real quick my zero pore pads that I've been using. This is from Medicube. As you guys know, I've been using a lot of Medicube products lately, so I kind of want to show it off and let y'all see what I'm doing. If y'all can see, I got white patches all on my skin. This is from the laser treatments that I received in July. I didn't think that it would do this to my skin, but this is what happens when you have melanin and laser doesn't always agree with your skin. I got laser because I thought it was going to help with like pigmentation and different things like that, but it kind of made stuff a little bit worse. So I'll get that all taken care of. But until I can get back into fixing all of that. What's been helping is the fact that I've been using a lot of medicube products, which are like really good for your skin in general. And it's been kind of rejuvenating my skin, helping it get back to normal. So I've been using the Zero Pore pads, as y'all can see. Ugh. Hold on. Ah! It's much harder to open than I realized. These are new ones. So I ran out of the old ones as per usual because I'm actually using them. And I'm gonna show y'all real quick what it's like to use these Zero Pore pads. These are real good. It's in the name Zero Pore. So as y'all can see, or may not be able to see, I don't really have too many problems with like pores. I don't. But for the small pores that I do have, this helps a lot to get rid of like the visibility of the pores before I put on my makeup, or if I just wanna go barefaced. So Zero Pore Pads 2.0, which means they're new and improved, better. And I'll show y'all one of the pore pads that I have. Look at that. This is like the bumpy hard side. And this is the smooth side that I'm gonna put on my face as well. So I'm just gonna show y'all real quick what I do. I wash my face. And what I do when I use these is that I just rub them all across my face, front and back, and I usually end up with a much glowier, healthier look for my skin. It's great for pore tightening. It clears up your pores and it fills them with serum to tighten the pores, and you get instant hydration from that. So I'm just gonna show y'all what it's like using it. So this is the bumpy side first. All right. And that hydration that's coming from me, that ain't the pore pad. So one side done. Now this side. It's soft, gentle, easy enough, and it's a good step in my skincare routine. So this is what it's like. And I have two, so they feel pretty cool. And if you want them to be even cooler, or if you feel like you want it to be at maximum power, you should put it in the fridge, which is what a lot of Korean people do when they use like masks and things like that. They put them in the fridge and then put them on their face because it helps with like reducing redness and things like that. And it just feels good on your face. So these are the pore pads. Looks a little strange like this, but I don't know. Sometimes I'll use two at a time if I want like to maximize my negative pores. Now this is good if you just like want to skip a lot of different steps in your skin routine, because it gives hydration. It's enough to just kind of, you know, put makeup on your face whenever you're in a hurry or so. And I think this is really good for me sometimes because I just don't feel like doing the entire skincare routine. So these are a great substitute. And this is my face, all glowy and stuff. So ignore the white spots, please. I'm gonna get that taken care of. And this, I had an allergic reaction when I put like coconut oil on my lips. I keep forgetting that sometimes I have allergic reactions to things like coconuts, and I'm allergic to nuts as well. So the glowiness. But as you can see, I don't really deal with too many pores, but the little pores that I have here, they get taken care of with all of these pads that I use. So, and it comes with this little pore picker upper, and this is another lid you can put on top of your Zero Pore pads. I don't know what to call this container. So this one is great because it clears dead skin, it minimizes the appearance of pores, and it hydrates you as well. So I'm recommending that you grab one of these if you want something that's just like quick and easy, and you know, you have pores, you want something to help with that, this is the one. So this is my medicube Zero Pore Pads 2.0, and we're gonna get back to the regularly scheduled program. Sorry about that, y'all. So in Korea, when it comes to dating, one thing I can tell you, don't go searching for answers. Don't go looking for no explanations. If things happen the way they happen, let them happen. If a dude don't want to talk to you or he ghosts you, let him go. Because I'm telling you, there's no point in chasing after him. Not a single reason. Because most of the time, my experiences in my cases, dude probably married secretly. I don't think I've actually had a married secretly dude. But then again, how would I know? Because, you know, how I'm gonna find out. Married secretly, has a secret girlfriend, happened to me again while being out with a guy that I was talking to. Just randomly says, I gotta go to the bathroom. I was like, okay. He left his phone and his phone was ringing. So I thought, oh, like, let me silence it because, you know, don't want the whole place to hear it. Just like, you know, you just push the side button. I'm not looking or trying to like be nosy. I don't do that stuff. That's honestly, like, I'm not about to go through no dude's phone because first of all, why? If you got to do all that while being with somebody, what's the point of being with them? That's dumb. If you go look, you're going to find. And why try to find something if you're going to stay with that person? You know, it just don't really make no sense to me. It's not clicking. It's not really adding up, but people do it anyway, but none of my business, nothing for me to understand. You go to the bathroom, try to silence it. And I just happened to take a peek because like, you know, I got to like figure out where the button is because it's not an iPhone. At least I didn't think it was. I can't remember, that was so long ago. But I turned it like this, like to push it down, and it said like baby in Korean. And I'm just like, with like hearts next to it. And I'm like, what do you do in that scenario? Like, I'm not about to pick up the phone and be like, hey, like you need to come get this dude because he acting a fool and I'm a foreigner and da 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 da. I ain't about to do all that. Not my place. Don't care about a person enough to do this type of stuff. No. But I was instantly disgusted and I just kind of acted normal when he came back. Never talked to him again. I was like, yep, that's over. See, I got to be the one to block and stuff like that. But I'm gonna say my piece like, you ain't ish. I know about this. Don't really care to hear the explanation. Fine. And that's how you handle that. No point in going back and forth. Nobody likes all that jibber jabber and that talk because you're not gonna go anywhere. And don't let a dude or woman or him, she, they, anybody try to convince you, you know, try to get that time to talk to you so they can manipulate you, gaslight you into being with them. Like, it's just not worth it. So dumb. So that is like a problem for foreigners out here. So those two things, like, yeah, one of the third problems is that a guy will try to ask you for money and it's not going to be like necessarily a small amount, but it might be small in the beginning, but it'll gradually keep getting bigger because scammers out here, dudes be scamming. Apparently, some people seem to think that foreigners are just rich and they're going to ask you and they're going to try you. And it don't matter if it's $5, $10, say no. Say no, girl, say no. Being a foreigner and dating here is really sucky. Not for everybody, because a lot of people have very good experiences where they found their spouse and, you know, they found people that were right and good people, all this other stuff. And that's very good for them. But a lot of experiences are very terrible because stigma is, as a foreigner, you're going to go back to your home country one day. And they're not really wrong because a lot of people do end up going back, whether it's due to visa problems, whether it's due to just not wanting to be in Korea anymore, whether it's to actually have a real career and move on with your life. Doesn't really matter. They think foreigners are going to go back at some point, and it's not a terrible assumption. So a lot of dudes don't treat these relationships as serious or don't really look at foreigners as wife material because it's like, you're gonna leave anyway, or, you know, you're just a foreigner, you don't know. And if you have like a language barrier, you know, you can't speak Korean fluently, then it's gonna be a little more difficult, not because you can't necessarily communicate with them, although that is one, but they can pull a lot of stuff and get away with a lot of BS if you don't understand what's going on, language-wise and culture-wise. Oh my God. I'm not trying to get into all the experiences of dating that I had, like whether they were brief, whether they were long. It's just no need for me to go there. I will lastly mention the army dude that I briefly dated. I'm sorry, y'all. Half of these stories, I can't help but laugh because I think about myself back then. I was younger. I'm still young. I'm not gonna play myself like that. I was younger, I was naive, and I believed the best in everyone. I also felt like I was like a minor Korea boo, just at that time, more so because I was so obsessed with like Korean culture, but not to the point where I was like trying to give myself a Korean name and do all that, you know, extra stuff. That just wasn't me. I think I idolized what I thought these dudes were supposed to be instead of seeing the situations for what they really were. So that's what got me in trouble. And I'm kind of making this video so I can like be real with y'all and kind of warn people who plan on dating when they come here not to, you know, idolize and to really understand that this is not a fantasy world you're living in. This is a real country with real people, good and bad. And, you know, people are people regardless of what country you live in. People are gonna people. Women, men, whatever pronouns people prefer. Back to the army guy. I'm gonna make this one real brief, y'all. I promise you I'm not about to drag this on because it'd be giving me like laughing vibes because I really just want to laugh. And not because it was just like, oh, like it was so bad, but it was just made me understand a lot more about what I wanted in other people. So nice person at first, got to really know this person. Actually, nice person overall, but issues with like the way communications were, not with like language, but with expressing anger and some manipulation. some gaslighting, some other stuff that I don't feel like getting into, but I had to realize that that was not a healthy situation for me and had to get out of that one. There was one nice dude though. Didn't work out because we were different. And I see a lot of people, you know, being in Korea because you're lonely and because it's kind of like a place where you can be isolated from a lot of people and like friendships and different things like that. It's easy to fall into the trap of settling for anything that comes along because it's comfortable or because people are nice from what they appear to be, at least. And I don't think that it is wise. But then again, that's just my opinion. It's something more so like if you're in that situation, you just have to learn for yourself. You know, you can't just listen to what people tell you because it's not really gonna matter. You're gonna make your own decisions at the end of the day. I'm trying to remember where the point was to this because it's like so many stories I could really just go into. But I feel like I kind of have to talk about it a little bit more. Maybe I'll start making more videos about dating in general, but I just don't know what the specifics of the videos would be. But this is at least explaining why I don't really talk about them, my dating experiences in general, briefly touching on them, and the fact that a lot of people were asking like, why don't you show your boyfriend or this and that? It's because, you know, before I more so thought I was like protecting that person, but I was also protecting like myself from like, I don't know, comments, like rude comments or weird stuff and different things like that. And it's also like, this is my YouTube channel. That wasn't, you know, nobody else's. So I just was keeping my relationship to myself. And I'm actually really glad that I did that. Like I'm very pleased about that and I'm happy. I'm going through the healing stages of, you know, what it's like to end a relationship as, you know, you normally do. So this is the time where I am doing some self-discovery and I am here to talk about some of these things. Only some of them, not all of them, because it's just, I could write a book on it. And most of the time, if I'm not talking about it, it's honestly because I feel like I've let it go emotionally and mentally, and it doesn't need to be rehashed. There's no reason to live in the past. Just move forward and move on. And that's what I intend to do. So that's my video for today. And if it looks like I'm smiling, it's because I am. Because right now, I'm in a good place in my life and I look forward to what the future is going to bring me. I don't know about the people I dated, you know, and the past experiences. Don't know where they are, don't know what they're up to, don't really care because it's not none of my concern. But I hope everybody is leading or living a decent life and, you know, whatever they put out into the world, they'll get back. Let y'all decipher that for yourselves. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment down below, tell me your thoughts, let me know what you guys think of me talking about this particular topic that I usually never really talk about. And if you guys have any questions, you can put them down below. Ask me, you know, what you want to ask me. And if you have any ideas on any topics related to this, you can, you know, tell me and I'll kind of look over it and see if whether or not I'm able to talk about it without bursting into laughter, because like half of this stuff just makes me like laugh. It just tickles me. I was just so dumb. Baby, I'm so glad for growth. I'm so glad for growth. I'm so freaking glad for growth. You don't understand me. So happy that I've grown as a person and that these situations have not changed my life to the point where I can't function or do regular things or enjoy things that I used to enjoy. I'm back and I'm better than ever. Also, if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to push that subscribe button. Push it, push it, push it. It's right there. You can hear more of my stories or whatever I decide to tell you guys if you decide to subscribe. And don't forget to push the bell for notifications from me when I upload videos and all that jazz and yada, yada, yada. And if you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram because Instagram is the best way to stay connected with me, to get updates from me, and to see where I upload the most, because Instagram is where I upload the most because it's kind of easy to just upload without having to edit anything. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.